Good job. You already know what it is, man. This is T Paris, aka the Young Marvin Gaye. This rap shit, most original, most creative, most in tune with the times, and I'm sort of like your inspiration. And this is Peace Perspective. But let's not waste no time. Let's get right into it. This week we spoke about single parent mothers, and we really had a spinoff from the week before. We spoke about single parent dads. Had a hard time finding some information through the research to just support our theories. And I thought it would be a good idea just to speak from the heart and just speak from personal experiences, you know. A lot of young men and a lot of young women, too, are being raised by single-parent moms, you know, so you know the struggle that they go through. And I just think that sometimes we need to be a little bit more vocal, a little bit more expressive about how we feel about our women, you know. Just try to big them up and let them know that we appreciate the effort and the hard work that they putting out there. I think what was really important about the episode, though, is how we spoke the week prior. We spoke about the dads. You know, it was so much information that was out there. And then we spoke about single-parent women. It was a limited amount of information. Not to just, you know, carry the topic on into another week, but I'm just kind of curious as to why do y'all think, you know, that it's so difficult to find information that support about the good things that women, single-parent women, you know, have done for our communities. You know, why do you think it's so difficult to find information that would support that thought? And while y'all thinking about that, we're going to get into showing some love to, you know, some of the people that did chime in and let us know what they thought about the topic. Let's get right into it. Jaquetta White, she said, "Good morning, I listened to the message and this is really something that touched me. I was wondering if it was okay if I could share your page with the men and women and the children so they could hear this powerful message." I had ended up texting Mama White and I let her know, you know, I know you supporting what we do, so you don't even gotta ask me if you could support it by any means. Whenever you see something that we doing and you engaging and you feel, you know, comfortable about it, you feel like it's something you want to share, by all means, go ahead and share it, because even though this is round table discussion right here at our table, I think it's good information for everybody all over the world. So, of course, if you got an opportunity to share it, go ahead, man, share it. Toast to the town. Thanks for chiming in, Mama White. Our next comment comes from Janine Douglas from Brooklyn. She says, I'm a single parent whose son lives with their father. The roles are reversed. The emotional detachment gets overwhelming. But it was my choice for my son's well-being under my circumstances at the time. It was a twofold situation. The emotional distress kept me back, but I kept pushing and continued making sacrifices. I want to say thank you for the comment. You know, I think this was powerful because this was coming from a woman, you know, and she kind of speaking on both parts about being a single parent mother, but making a decision that it was more important for her son to be with the father. I think, you know what I'm saying, that's real honorable right there, because the week before when we spoke about single parent dads, we just spoke about, you know, the obstacles and sometimes just the hard time that we have with being able to spend time with our kids. So for you to be a woman and have a son, and, you know, to see that it's hard for a woman to raise a son by herself, I think that that's honorable that you would, you know, speak to the dad and say this is something that I think that maybe you might be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more fit to do. So toast to the town, and we appreciate that. You know, Ms. Douglas got to us twice because I was responding through the comments, and she also said a lot of times, you know, we tend to bring the madness on ourselves, and she's speaking about single-parent women. You know, perhaps it's for that reason that you don't really hear anything about single-parent mothers. And she just was, you know, adding on to the whole concept about when women get the government involved in these situations. And she was saying, you know, maybe part of the reason why we don't hear about these situations because we bring these situations upon ourselves, you know. If we stand up as men and women and deal with them the way we dealt with each other before we had the child, and I think a lot of these situations could definitely, you know what I'm saying, be in better direction. Our next comment comes from Anne Lamont Hume. She said, "This was beautiful, Paris. Thank you." I want to say, you know, you're welcome. It was just me being honest. Like I said before, I was raised in a single-parent home. My grandmother raised me, and it was a lovely experience for me just to see how hard and how dedicated she was, you know, just to raise myself and my twin brother. She taught me so many valuable lessons about life, about women, you know, just about being a man. And I know that we said that only a man could teach a child, you know, teach a man to be a man, you know, and I agree with that statement 100%. But I think some of the conversations that I had with my grandmother, she would let me know. I think that, if you want to be respected and looked upon as somebody that people could come to for guidance or for insight or for something positive, then you got to straighten up, You can't be carrying yourself in a manner where people are going to be quick to judge you and quick to put you down and let you know that, you're doing things wrong too. So I just want to say a lot of times I feel like the confidence that a man has, comes from being told continuously from a woman, that he could be great, that he's handsome, that he's special, that he has what it takes to be somebody. So I just wanted to share that to say, as a man that was raised by a single parent woman, I could never, take away what was instilled in me by a woman. In closing, I just want to share this, we had 2 weeks, we had single parent moms, we had single parent fathers. My purpose for doing this roundtable discussion was not really to point fingers at one or to point fingers at the others, but just to kind of bring to the light some of the issues of single parent fathers and some of the issues of single parent mothers. As fathers, sometimes we tend to feel like we get the short end of the stick. Some of us out there being the best that we possibly know how to be. A lot of us raised without our dads as well too. So sometimes it's difficult to put forth your best energy or your best effort, and to be told that you're a deadbeat or you could do a lot better. And on the other hand, you got a lot of women who are being beaten, talked about, put down, let down, and these same men, expect these women to be there for them and be supportive of them in times of need. So I didn't really want to point the finger at either one. What I wanted to do is just make us all aware of what's going on, and let's just see if we could find some type of resolve, a way that we can communicate with each other and take into consideration each party's feelings, what they feel is important, and try to see, just for the sake of our children, if we could try to put this foundation back together. The black family is definitely one that I think that is very valuable to our nation, not just our community, but to our nation. We're responsible for so many things in the world, and the only people that's going to sit back and tell our children and tell our grandkids and their grandkids about our history is ourselves. And what better way to do it than to come together and share the moment, as mother and father. And this is T. Paris, man. This is P's Perspective. This is the recap. I just want to let y'all know, if you got any topics that you want me to talk about, you want to discuss them on a broad level, T. Paris Music Group 1 at Gmail. Leave your comment on Facebook. Leave it on tparis.com. Leave it on YouTube, man. Toast to the town. Peace.